Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we finally get to begin the Australian bush trips. There are 5 of them, and if we scroll down you'll see they're the only 5 I haven't done yet, and then with the next world update soon there'll probably be more, but we will worry about that when it gets here. So 5 bush trips, finally able to do them for Australia. I want to try to do one in its entirety in one sitting and then split it up into videos, of course, separate videos. So I think if we do from the scene to the desert, I think that's only like 2.5 hours. Yeah, so like 3 hours for me. If I can stay up late enough and awake enough, I will get it in one sitting, but it'll be 5 videos, right? 1 video per leg, no matter what. So 1 video per leg. So here we go. First leg, let's read about the trip and then we'll get flying here. Australia is renowned for its diversity of environments, from ultra-modern urban, which I love, to rolling mountains, to dense tropical rainforests, and much more. One of the great ways to experience this variety is to travel from one realm into another, exploring each of the transition between them. One of the best of these journeys lies in the state of South Australia, along a corridor that runs from the Indian Ocean north across stretches of savanna and into the Tirari Desert. The journey begins at the northern extremity of the Spencer Gulf, part of the Indian Ocean's great Australian bright visiting coastline, cities and towns, and ends in the harsh and mysterious desert in the area of Lake Eyre. The lowest point in Australia is roughly 50 feet below sea level. Lake Eyre is spectacular from the air, revealing its myriad elegant large-scale facets that are best appreciated from above. I was stumbling on that because I'm like, hey, I know where that lake is, because of just world geography, and then I screwed up the paragraph. Assistance, blah, 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 don't care. No achievements for this either, as far as I know. Okay, what are you flying in? The Diamond D62. Alright, this is an okay aircraft. Alright, I assume you've all seen this before other trips, maybe not. Just in case, 1 leg per video. This video 1 is leg 1. Let's get going. Alright, let's start outside to get an idea of what we're looking at here. Looks like sunrise. At least I hope it's sunrise and not sunset. Mountains, desert, coastline. There's a city there. Windsock says no wind. Oop, the sun just came up. What? I guess the sun is rising quickly. Let's see if we can get a nice screenshot of that. Perhaps. Something like that. Alrighty, what do we know about this aircraft? We've flown it before. Not complicated. I do need to find some lights though, because it's kind of dark in here. I think it's going to be these. There we go. Turn those up a little bit. There we go. Alright, pitot heat is off, it says. Right there, let's turn that on. Just because it wants us to. Alrighty, so let's get this set up the way I like it. That turned off. Wind, although there usually is no wind in these trips. Just nice to have. Let's see. Fuel is full. Don't need to do that. We'll do autopilot in a second. Okay, so it's been a long time since I've flown. I know my leg 11 of the Germany journey bush trip just went live a couple days ago, but I flew that like months ago. I know I don't want to give the behind the scenes magic away too much, but I flew that like months ago. So anyway, I'm trying to get back in the groove here. All right, so navigation wise, since this is the first leg and we haven't stopped the sim in between legs, we do have the GPS option available, and we're going to take advantage of it. If you haven't seen a bush trip with me before, I navigate all kinds of ways. We'll completely hand fly with the nav log by the book. We'll use the nav log, but use the heading bugs. We can look around. In this case, because we have GPS available, we're just going to use the GPS. Just let the computer, the autopilot, fly us around. We'll read about it, because why not? We've done it all different ways. I don't need to prove anything to anybody, so we're going to use the GPS. So let's get that set up, and then we'll read about what we're doing. So here we go. Where's autopilot on this thing? Why am I drawing a blank? It is. I can't see this. It is so bright. It's over here. It is so bright. That doesn't do anything. This is the GPS lighting, the Garmin lighting. I don't know if I can turn it down. That is so bright. I can't see it. Anyway, flight director. We're going to use autopilot. So that's, GPS, that's nav, and since nav is on the purple line, I'm just going to use GPS. And then we're going to go up to about, gosh, what do you think we need for elevation? if we go over here and we zoom out, what do you think we need? Who cares, right? It's not that high. So let's go really low, 3,000 feet, so we can see what we're doing. Alrighty, and we're going to vertical speed. We're going to go up about 800 feet per minute. Whoop, 800, I said. There we go. GPS is all set up. Too simple. I know it's simple. We don't even need to do the timer. Why? Because if you pull this up, come on, it tells us where the POIs are. See? If you don't restart the sim when you start a bush trip, you get GPS. But as soon as we quit the sim and restart, it's gone. So anyway, so there we go. See POI 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom. And then we land up there somewhere. Really easy, I know, but like we said, we have nothing to prove to anybody. We've done this all different ways, different times. All right, let's get going beyond this cumbersome introduction here. All right, we're going from Yankee Whiskey Hotel Alpha to Yankee Papa Alpha Golf. 15-minute leg, give or take. POI 1 is only a minute and a half out. We saw it there. That's like right on the water. Just about. Why does it keep resetting that though? Anyway, after lifting off, head to the northeast to visit the coastal city of Whyalla, a seaport known as a steel city due to its steel works and history based in iron mining. So that's a minute out. Then when we get there, we'll read about POI 2. Okie dokie. So here we go. That's it. I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be because I am. Alrighty, let's go full throttle and parking brake. There we go. Start with parking brake on or off, I guess. Okay, hopefully this thing will get going. I've had a hard time in the past getting this thing up to speed, but I think it's been fixed. I think they had problems many updates ago. There we go. Yeah, we can lift off now. There we go. Nice. All right. Gear coming up. And we'll level off here a little bit so we can get some speed. Flaps coming up. There we go. And we're immediately going to engage autopilot.
Engaging autopilot.
Yep, there we go. It even tells us. We can go outside now with the drone and we can have a look at the city. See? See how quick that was? That's it. There's the airport back there. And there's our city. Let's go back inside. Look out the window. Piece of cake. I don't think this is going to be a very difficult bush trip, which is great because we had some weird stuff happen on the Germany one. Just some weird things, and no one's commented yet on, at the time of this recording, no one has commented yet on the mixture thing with that other craft. But anyway, let's talk about this one now. So here we go. There's our city. It's looking good. This is not a very wonderful sightseeing aircraft. Wing in the way, engine in the way, the cockpit framing in the way, but we'll do the best we can. Can we go in the back seat and look? Can't go in the back seat. There we go. That's a little better, maybe. Still not great, but there we go. All right, there's our city. It looks like we're going to turn this way a little bit. Cool. The co-pilot can stop talking now if it wants to. That'd be great. Super simple dual engine, twin engine, no props to mess with, no reversers obviously, just pretty straightforward, which is great after driving in the air, that G36. Anywho, I think that's it there. Yeah, that'll be it. Alright, so let's see, we're almost at POI 2 already, or is it across the water? POI 2 is across the water on the peninsula. So let's read about 2 and 3 because they're going to happen very quickly. So normally, if we didn't have GPS, we would reset our timer, reset our heading bug, right? We'll see if we have to do that in this bush trip, depending if I quit in between. Alrighty, next one, Point Lowly. Cross the upper Spencer Gulf to reach Point Lowly, the southern tip of a small peninsula that is home to a number of industries, notably the mining industry. Ooh, Minecraft. Since we have the Minecraft clouds in here. Okay. Alright, cool. Then after that, then we go to Fitzgerald Bay. From Point Lowly, head north into Fitzgerald Bay, an area used for many years for fish farming. Okay, straightforward there. Have the hiccup, sorry. So Point Lowry is there, and then the bay is right after that. And then we get to the bay we will read about the next POI. So I'm going to turn into some sightseeing now. And you're going to look for this peninsula right there and then the bay over there. So just a couple seconds of sightseeing. I'll see in just a brief moment. Hopping aside just in time to see the turn, which is always really fun. This is that mining town, and then we're going to go into the bay in just a moment here. Let me move back. I should almost make my preset this, I think. Let's make that number 0. I think it's that way, right? If I go like this and come back. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Realize it's hard to see up front, but then we still have this one here, which is good. Ooh, look at those mountains. Very cool. If we have to climb, we will, but I don't think we have to go any higher than this, to be honest. We might hit some train turbulence up there, though. Right, we're over the bay. Let's see, where's it taking us next? Make sure it rolls backwards. Why did it go back to everything? That's weird. Point Lowry, Fitzgerald Bay, Douglas Point. Skirt the coastline from Fitzgerald Bay to Douglas Point, located in the western shores of Spencer Gulf. And then right after that, there's Blanche Harbor. Fly just inland to Blanche Harbor, a small urban area. So those are 4 and 5. If we go over here, we can look at our map there, and this is the bay, and then 4 and 5 are up along the shore and after another bay. See, super easy. So we're going to fly those two with a little bit more sightseeing, and then are we going to YPAG? We are. Little hand flying to there. Did it do it again? Is that like a new bug where it expands everything every time you close these and close the nav log? It expands them. There used to be a bug about the bottom one hiding itself if you like reopen one. See, that's still a bug. But none of these should re-expand themselves. Anyway, we're gonna go to the bay and the harbor, and then when we get there, we will land together at Port Augusta. Alright, pretty straightforward. Again, this is not going to be a complicated bush trip. At least I don't foresee it being a complicated bush trip. And if I don't quit in between, we'll just have GPS the whole time. I know, some people might think it's cheesy, but you know what? Like I've said, I've done like all the bush trips so far, and we've done all different ways, and this is how I want to do this one. So let's get outside and look, because I was really looking forward to sightseeing this one. It hasn't been much sightseeing because there's so much going on. See you in a little bit. Okie dokie, on our way now to the airport, which is right up there. So we're not quite there yet, and we're pretty low, so we're not going to have to worry too much about a descent. Should just be a fly straight in approach. In fact, I assume that's it right there. I mean, it has to be. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually hand fly right now, just to have some fun with that. And that road back there was pretty cool. Do I go like this to get to the back seat? Yeah, but that's even worse on this side. Just looking at the coastal town, kind of like on the east coast of Forza Horizon 5. Which reminds me, I have to get rid of Forza Horizon 4 because my hard drive is filling up. Alrighty, here we go. Let's turn off the AP. Right?
Engaging auto.
I couldn't hear it. Okay, I think I turned it off. There we go. And let's lower the throttle a little bit so we come down ever so slightly. And there's a train turbulence I was talking about earlier in the video. But I still think this altitude will be okay for future legs as well. There we go. Let's keep our speed up though. Oh man, that's some crazy turbulence. How is our seating position in this aircraft? Ooh, we might even be a little low. But if we're higher, we'll have the top in our way. I don't know. The visibility in this thing is difficult, but anywho. Ooh, there's a dirt road up there. Alright, yeah, that has to be our airport. Let's keep our speed down so we don't overspeed and have to redo the leg. That would not be fun. And let's see. Looking ahead at the town. Trying not to get distracted by sightseeing too much. Not sure what's going on over there. It would be interesting if we'll see cars on the dirt roads. Because obviously you see them on the regular roads, but will we see them on the dirt roads? Alright, gear coming down because we can. Mixture's already forward, don't have to worry about fuel. Looks like fuel was doing both tanks. There we go, don't have to switch them then. Alright. You hear the drag on the wheels. A little bit closer before I put in flaps. I don't think landing this airplane would be too difficult. If we remember the G36 from the previous bush trip, I had such a hard time landing it because I couldn't get a sense of altitude or distance above the ground. When we were trying to land, so I thought we were about to touch down, but we're always like 15 feet above, so we drop like a rock. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. First set of flaps. And we'll keep our speed up a little bit. We're getting kind of low, so engage some throttle here. Otherwise we'll get too low and see the airport's disappearing because we're too low. So a lot more throttle here. Let's stop descending. We're still going 200 feet per minute. Come on. That was too low, way too soon. Yep. We'll keep this level until we see the airport again. Let's attitude down a little bit though. There it is. Okay. That was pretty crazy. That was not a good approach. That's not how you do it, folks. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. Alrighty. Let's go second set flaps. And I really want to look out the window, but we shouldn't. Because you know what happens, you take your eyes off for a second, look what happens, see? Look at that, 1 second. And now we're all screwed up, way too low. And way to the right. Okay. Good grief, if this is the first time you watched me fly, watch more, because this is not how I normally approach an airport. I was just so distracted looking around. Okay, let's get slower here. We're coming in kind of hot. Oof. This is my worst approach I think I've ever had in Flight Simulator. Ever. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. We'll save it with a smooth touchdown. That even wasn't that smooth. Whoa, okay, that was the worst approach I've ever had in Flight Simulator in like 15 years. But that's why you don't look out the window when you're approaching a runway. Plus, this aircraft and I, we're not best friends. But anyway, it took 6 minutes longer than it's supposed to. That's pretty typical. 1 leg per video. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you next time.